sports all plays. Yeah. Hard sports all plays. Hard sports all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. Sport all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. Hard sports all plays.
That'd be absolutely devastating.
This is Joey Owens' show. They've been trying to get me on this podcast forever, and this is the worst damn podcast I've ever been on. So you all can kiss my ass while I win this match.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Gonzo'S Wrestling Room, Monday, March 4th, 2024. I'm Chris Gonzo'S, joined by Tony Gonzo'S and Marcus Farin. How's it going, guys?
Going great. Doing really well.
Yeah, not too nice out today. I know that.
Beautiful.
It is.
I'm sure by a week from now, probably 30.
Well, they're talking mid-40s by the end of the week.
Are they? Okay. Well, we'll get right to it. We'll get with our independent report. I know Marcus got some results for us. We did a show Saturday, but I'm going to give the results to those because Chris is going to air that show just a little bit after we go off the air. That was the Lebanon show for WCWO, a sellout crowd. Used every cheer they had, and a fantastic show. Definitely want to watch out, everybody out there tonight after this show. Marcus, you want to give the results you got?
All right. All the shows I'm going to announce, they all had sellout crowds. It was a good weekend in the state for fans because every arena I seen was packed. So
Great.
I'm glad to hear that. All right. I got results from the Signal 10 show that took place. I think it's in Brazil. This is courtesy of referee Mike. Tournament finals to determine the the new heavyweight champion to become the first ever heavyweight champion. This is a new promotion. I think this is only like the third or fourth show. So, all right, tournament semifinals. Jay Silva defeated Dalton Davis. Another semifinal, Aaron Atlas defeated Sam Knight. And then they had a tag team match. Dylan Bostic and Ashton Adonis, known as Top Tier, defeated the Highlight Reel. Then Jared Savage defeated Damon Jackson. And then to determine the new heavyweight champion was a triple threat match. Signal 10 heavyweight championship. Logan Myers defeated Jay Silva and Aaron Atlas in a ladder match to become the first ever heavyweight champion. Some good matches on there.
Yeah.
Dylan Bostic, Ashton Adonis, the highlight reel would have been good. Aaron Atlas and Sam Knight. I mean, there's some good matches on there.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, then I'll do the dub for Friday. That was on Friday. This was on Friday. This is courtesy of Kevin Mitchell, Bruce McGar, and Katrina, and I can't remember what her last name is. WCWO Friday, sellout crowd. Brody Botkins defeated Zay Gates via countout. Basically what happened was they never even locked up. Bell rung, Zay grabbed the title, walked out, counted out. So that match didn't even really happen. Ruthless Domination defeated Pogo and Maliko in a kind of an upset. Timmy Jackson defeated TJ Powers. Max Sterling defeated the territorial champion Kenneth James via DQ. David Cross defeated Cameron Saturn. The team of Phoenix and Jackson Morgan defeated Hank Calhoun and Ricky Guns. And Hidari defeated Jordan James to retain his WCWO Outlaw title. So I've seen some of those matches thanks to those three that I had mentioned. And then on Saturday, while you guys were running WCWO in Lebanon, they were having a show in Crawfordsville for NGW. These are courtesy of the owner promoter, Larry, sent these to me. In the pregame show, the pre-show, Chris Gordon beat Jared Savage. Thomas Keith and Jackson Morgan defeated KJ and Caden Retaina. Justin Danger beat Nick Moss. Rory Shield beat Bashley Bones. The Blue Mako beat Cruiser the Bullfrog. Chip Manable Walker defeated TK0. Oh, no, sorry. Chip Manable Walker and TK0 beat Eric Surge and Nelson Doolittle. And then Jason Levi got disqualified in a handicap match against Cecil and Tyler Scott. The tag team titles were held up between Buck, Jesse, Zay, and Excalibur. There will be a ladder match next month for those tag belts. So I'm not exactly sure what to. Oh, yeah, I do. No, I don't. I don't know what happened in the tag match, but they did hold up the belts, and there is going to be a ladder match next month for those titles.
Okay. Like I said, we was at a great show. I'm not going to give the results, but Lebanon was outstanding. Marcus probably a match. It's going to be on, I would say, on my and Chris's right now as one of the top 5 matches we've seen, if not the top match. It was really good. And but again, everybody watch that show tonight. There was some bunch of great matches on there. A really good show, so definitely check that out. And I'll go ahead and we'll do our my pro wrestling report, and then we'll do our top 5s for pro wrestling that I'll give for February, and then our independent pro wrestling top 5s. All 3 of us will give. Real quick, Monday Night Raw, Drew McIntyre, excuse me, another level right now. Really loved the promo that him and Seth had on Monday night. Really good. And then also there was a really great street fight with the New Day and Imperium. It was very good. So definitely check that out. NXT, the turning of Carmelo Hayes into their big heel is going very well. I think that he's going to another level. Charlie Dempsey, William Regal's son, won the Heritage Cup championship from Noam Dar. 2 out of 3 falls. The first pinfall was a crazy pinfall. I know Chris, I just got to show Chris that Marcus seen. I don't even know how to describe it. It basically went into a backslide and then
Flip these feet up to the top somehow.
Flipped over. It was unbelievable. I really liked that pinfall. I've never seen it before. I'm not saying it's never been done before, but I don't remember seeing it.
You got to be limber. There's not everybody can pull that off.
Yeah, and NXT was good. NWA Power, pretty good show. Really liking their crowds from that taping. They did another taping Saturday night. That was normally a pay-per-view, but they didn't do the pay-per-view. They're more concentrated on doing the TV taping, so they didn't even put that out as a pay-per-view. The Hard Time stuff that was taped for to go on the CW app. But last week the big thing was the King Bees, a women's tag team, defeated Pretty Empowered for the NWA Women's Championship. Marcus, I know you got to check out those shows. What'd you think?
I thought they were pretty good. I was glad to see the King Bees take those. Those are 4 talented women, and I even said something to myself or Kelly. I can't remember. She's even in here. I said, "Boy, those other ladies are really good." And then they ended up beating them. So, some interesting stuff. I thought where they had the 6-woman tag the 6-woman tag team, and they threw the circus lady in there as basically the one they attacked.
Yeah,
you knew who was going to take that pin because she was the one that had the least experience of, and they were really kind of ignoring her until it was time to get her ass kicked, and then they made sure she was in the ring, and you kind of seen that coming. You just didn't know who on that other team was going to make that pin, but.
Billy Buzz making fun of me because I said Raw McIntyre instead of Drew McIntyre. Thanks, Billy. yeah,
That's some good stuff there.
NWA Power is doing a good job. I'm hoping it catches on. I think they're really doing pretty good. AEW Dynamite was a decent show. I didn't think it was one of the better ones. this week. Had some good promo work with Samoa Joe and Swerve and Hangman Adam Page. SmackDown. We'll go on this a little bit more into detail. Love the Rock in the Bloodline promo. Really liked it. And then Dakota Kai turning on Bailey. I thought SmackDown was the show of the week. And next up, we'll do our top five. So I'm gonna do my pro wrestling top five for the week. My number 5 was Swerve Strickland. I think he's up to this point has been the best thing that they had going there. But they added a piece this week, or a couple pieces at this pay-per-view that I think is going to, which I will talk about here in a few minutes, definitely going to help AEW a lot. Number 4 is Cody Rhodes. He's been steady, doing great. Becky Lynch was my number 3. Rhea Ripley, my number 2. And I love what Drew McIntyre is doing. It's been fantastic. I even took him over Rhea, which it was really close, especially with her win. But that was technically in March. But I think I think Drew's doing great. So he was my number 1 for my top 5 for pro wrestling in February. Okay, our independents. I'll go ahead and go first, and then you guys can go. My number 5 was Blake Money Wright. My number 4 was Jesse Winchester. He's the new champion over at Warrior Pro Wrestling now, and kind of took advantage of a situation, but he is the champion. Number 3, I guess I'm cheating a little bit, but I went with Justin Danger and Chris Chaos for that match that they had, the dog collar match that they had at MPG. Is that right?
No. Don't say that name.
Oh no, I said N. I didn't say M. I said
NGW.
NGW. I didn't say M.
It sounded like you did.
I
Yeah,
didn't
it
say
looked like you were going there. Like, don't do that.
NGW. NGW. I'm having trouble today. They were my number 3. The number 2 was IK3, and my number 1 Zay Gates.
All right. Well, you can go.
Yeah, you can go.
For month of February, I had number 5. I had Blake Money Wright. Number 4, I had Hidari. At number 3, I had Zay Gates. All 3 of them guys have been on fire, but especially Zay and Hidari have really been on fire here the last couple months. Number 2, I have Jordan James. And at number 1, I have IK3. We've seen multiple matches over the last few weeks that have involved IK3 that all of them could be right there toward the top 5 at the end of the year. Yeah. Some of those had Zay Gates in them. We saw him Saturday night in a big match. Yeah. Him and Blake Money Wright have tore it up at Warrior Pro. So that's my top 5 for February.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
Mine's a little different. I've seen a few shows that you guys did not. So my number 5 is Brody Botkins. Brody had a win against Mike King in a hardcore match at his show in Marion. He also has given Zay Gates the first pinfall defeat in a non-title match. So I put Brody Botkins at number 5. At number 4, I had IK3. Very brief Warrior Pro champion, but he did get it, even though it didn't last very long. Me and Tony talked. So number 3, I also had Chris Chaos and Justin Danger for their dog collar performance at the very beginning of the month. Those guys worked their ass off for that. Number 2, I have Jesse Winchester, the new Warrior WPW heavyweight champion. And I put Zay Gates at number 1, who is now he's the Gunslinger title in WCWO. He's the United States champion in DCCW. He's the Warrior Pride champion at WPW. And 2 of those titles he won this past month. So Zay needs to slow down, give some more people some chances, buddy. I'm always saying that, Zay. You just keep doing what you're doing.
He's been on fire,
and whether he's
said that you are burning it up. I'm telling you.
Whether he's a face or a heel, it's both working. Just doing a great job. Fantastic. Okay, next up was the AEW Revolution pay-per-view. I watched it last night. Really good pay-per-view. The first half, Chris walked through, and after the first three matches, I said, okay. But boy, after that, it really picked up, especially the second half. Really good. The first match I wanted to talk about, Samoa Joe, Swerve Strickland, and Hangman Adam Page. That was for the AEW Championship. Really loved the match. Really loved the storytelling in that. Samoa Joe hung on to the belt. I think Swerve Strickland is going to be their next champion.
I saw a lot of people mad that Swerve lost.
Well, I did too, but it was the right move because if you have Swerve win that match, which I think would be important for them, maybe their first black champion, I think it would be important. But the problem is, if he wins that belt there, nobody's going to care because it was all about Sting last night. So I think you get him with Samoa Joe in a singles match, win it straight up against Samoa Joe, who is a really good champion. I think it'll be a big thing for them, and so I'm glad Swerve didn't win it last night. But it was really good. I'm gonna talk about Sting last, but it was we'll talk about that last. But this was the match of the night. I'm gonna talk about now. Will Ospreay and I'm not gonna say the name right. Tashida. It was outstanding. I'm a big Tashida fan. Have been for a long time, for the last year and a half. Once he came from Japan, from DDT Wrestling. I never had seen him before till AEW brought him in. I talked to Chris. I think I mentioned him to even Marcus maybe a couple of times. Really liked the guy. He stepped up big time. Ospreay showed why a lot of people think he may be the best wrestler in the world. I think him or Takeshita should be up on that list. Definitely top 5. Probably match of the year right now for me in pro wrestling. I thought it was unbelievable. One thing I really liked about Ospreay and was his selling. I mean, there's times they didn't sell because it's kind of a Japanese style that they wrestled to a certain degree. But there was one point in the match where he took a couple really bad strikes, and he's down on the mat, and his hands are both almost like he's having a seizure. And the referee's down yelling at him, if you don't straighten out your hands, I'm stopping the match. The selling was fantastic. When he was hitting moves, he was getting the crowd into the match. That's something I think is lacking in AEW, the selling, and also getting the crowd involved, working the crowd, whether you're a heel or a face. That's something they don't do a lot of, and I really liked Ospreay doing that, and I really was impressed with that match. I absolutely loved it. Last of all was the Sting's match. That was the main event. It was a tornado tag team match. It wasn't, I'm not going to say it's one of the best wrestling matches I've ever seen, but it was a great send off and an event type match. And I loved it. It had a little bit of everything. They came out, had a great video package for Sting, came out with Sting's sons, one dressed as the old school kind of Sting, Surfer Sting, the other one dressed more like the NWO Sting. Both boys looked good. They got involved in the match. There was no DQ. Right at the start, they got involved in some Stinger splashes. I just thought they did a great job. Darby Allin is completely a lunatic. Did you get to see that, Marcus?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you didn't get to look that up?
No, not yet.
Okay, well, I know Chris seen it. He jumps off basically the top of a ladder through big old painted glass on top of chairs. And he's supposedly going to hit one of the Young Bucks, but they move, and he goes through that. And he was out of the match after that for about 10 minutes.
Well, maybe I did see that.
Okay.
I think somebody else sent that out on Facebook. So
Okay.
I did see that. I just didn't realize that was where it came from.
Yeah, it was nuts. And
well, they were trying to tape him up or whatever they ended up doing. It looked like they put electrical tape on his back, is what it looked like.
But yeah, he was going to have some stitches, I'm sure. It was nuts. Thought they did a great job. It was way overbooked, but it was the kind of good overbooking. I mean, I'm not putting it down. I really enjoyed the match. I was really into it. Flair and Steamboat was involved. Flair got double kicked. Steamboat got double kicked. I really enjoyed it, and it's one of the better pay-per-views I think they've done. Again, didn't think the first half was great, but I thought the second half really made up for it. Not that there was anything really bad on the show though, because it really wasn't. I'll give it a B plus to A minus, and I think they're moving in the right direction. But AEW definitely needs to do more selling and more working of the crowd, all the wrestlers. That's just my opinion. Chris, you got to see a little bit of the end of the Sting match. What do you think? You just seen a little bit of it, but
Oh no, what I thought of Soul of I thought was good. Yeah, Warren, his back was all was all sorts of cut up. No, I thought it was pretty good. It was like you said, it was an event. It was entertaining. I didn't see all the match. I saw the last probably I don't know, maybe 10 minutes or so,
yeah.
something like that. But I saw Flair and Steamboat get involved. I missed going through the glass part live, but I haven't seen that. But no, I thought that it was a good way to send them off. I did see some people complaining about that Sting won, and
I think
you're supposed to go out on your back. but also, I would honestly. I told you this last night. I didn't care if he won or lost. But in a way, I wanted to see him lose, just because I knew everybody was going to go crazy about it
if he lost.
if he lost. So I just wanted to read all that stuff, but. No, but I thought they did a good job with that. I didn't watch much of the rest of the pay-per-view.
Yeah, I really, really enjoyed the second half of that show, especially, and I thought they did a good job. We'll see if they can gain some momentum from that pay-per-view, hopefully, and we'll see how it goes. Next thing I want to talk about was Friday night SmackDown, The Rock and the Bloodline promo. Marcus, what did you think of that promo?
I loved it. That damn Roman Reigns whining like a little baby because nobody would acknowledge him if getting ready to walk out of there. I can't believe The Rock did it, and I like the "You sold out" chant because he would have had done it. Says you got to do stuff for family, but I like the way they set up WrestleMania. We kind of figured that's how they were going to do it.
Yep.
Now the only thing is he going to win, or the tag team is going to beat the Bloodline, and it'll be 1-on-1 at WrestleMania Night 2, or are we going to have the entire Bloodline against Cody Rhodes?
Yeah, I don't know where they're going. That's one thing I like about this WrestleMania and this build, because I don't know where they're going with that. I don't know. Can you trust Seth Rollins? Can Cody really trust him? I mean, Cody beat him 3 or 4 times in the last couple of years. I mean, can you really trust him?
But then you only got 2. You got 2 on a whole bunch. That's still not enough backup.
Yeah, true. I mean, it's just so much to this build. Not only just with the blood, you got the bloodline. Could that turn into a civil war? Is there going to be more people? There's a Tom Otanga who's from Japan, who's not really necessarily related, but he's a Aku's son. He's definitely signed with WWE. He's heading there. Could he get involved? I know the other Fatu, the one that we always talked about, the Samoan Werewolf, Jacob Fatu. He's a free agent. He's been working with Booker T. There's rumors he could be coming in. I mean, there's a lot of interesting stuff. I mean, we've got Jay and Jimmy Uso's probably going to go out at WrestleMania. They got the women's championships. It's got a lot of build around it. Cody, Seth, Rock. I mean, just a tremendous build, and I think there's more to come. So I'm really enjoying what they're doing with this WrestleMania. I think it is going to be an amazing WrestleMania.
And we might get to see Solo do the national anthem. So
yeah, Rock said that. He had an amazing voice. I'm
he's
really
happy to be here. You can't tell by looking at him, but he's happy to be here.
Yeah. The next thing I wanted to bring up real quick before we get into some other stuff was they announced today Paul Heyman is going into the WWE Hall of Fame. He's the first inductee. Seen some people complain about that. I was really shocked because there's other people deserve it more. First of all, I think he's very deserving. And second of all, it makes perfect sense. It's in Philadelphia. I mean,
well, who else do they think needs to go in there with him?
That's the thing. The person that said that, I actually commented back to him, and they never did tell me who was who was more deserving?
Now, you want my opinion?
I think he's
I don't think Virgil ought to be. And I never was a Virgil fan, and I hate to say this because the man has passed, but nobody really gave a damn about Virgil when he was alive. Honestly, I mean, if all you see, because he was a hateful, stingy old man, basically, is from what I've always read.
Mhm.
And like I said, I'm not trying to speak ill of the dead, but if you asked a week ago, everybody laugh at you like Virgil don't need to be in the Hall of Fame.
Well, there was a lot of people who didn't like Ole. I mean,
So,
Ole's getting a lot of respect because he was part of the Four Horsemen. I think that's why he's getting some respect. But he was a cantankerous old dude.
we lost another one too, one of the Vashons.
Yes, was it Mad Dog?
I think it was Butcher.
Or it was Butcher. I think it was. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it was Butcher.
And I thought he'd already passed, so I was surprised to see that. Because I thought both those Vashon guys were gone, but I guess, well, they are now, but I guess they wasn't. And like I said, I had nothing against Virgil. I'm just telling you what I read. So I was kind of surprised that now everybody's jumping on a bandwagon and putting him in the Hall of Fame. With a week ago, they wouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah, that's true.
not this year. I'm not saying never. I'm just saying not this year.
I think there's some deserving people that deserve to go in, but I don't know that they deserve any more than Paul. I mean, I'd like to see Lex Luger get in, and there's others. I mean, probably the biggest one I'd like to see get in, and I don't think it's the WWE's fault, and that's Owen Hart. But
That's his wife.
And
Elizabeth. Everybody seems to think and I agree, she should be in there too. Now, I don't know what the holdup is on that.
I don't either. But I would like to see that. Yeah, I think she did, but I'm sure there's some deserving ones, but I don't know how anybody can say Paul Heyman's not deserving.
Oh no! Honestly, I thought they could have. To me, they could have put Paul Heyman in years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think I think this is the fitting time to do it, though. Really, because you're in Philadelphia. I think that's
Do you think?
awesome time to do it because of the ECW and everything.
Do you think Tommy Dreamer?
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. I bet you see Tommy Dreamer. I bet you see the Dudleys. I bet you see,
Dudley's already in.
No, I mean help induct him. I bet you see all of them. The guy you're going to see at
Maybe Taz. Well,
RVD, who we're going to see here in the end of the month, and
Yep.
Yeah, I bet you see a lot of those ECW.
I don't know if we'll see Rob Van Dam. He's working for AEW right now.
No, that's true. Shane Douglas. I mean, there's a bunch of them.
Yeah, I don't know who will induct Dreamer. Bully asked him that one day. Who would he have induct him? And I can't remember what he said. He asked me, so if you went in, who would you have induct you? But I can't remember what he said.
Bill Alfonso. I'm just guessing. I don't know, but
well, Misery said Raven.
If Raven can make it that long. Well, I mean, I think Raven's cleaned himself up. He just looked very rough the last time I saw him.
Yeah, he was actually on MLW a couple months ago.
So that he may be cleaned up, and that's just what he looks like now because of his hard life. So,
yeah.
But I know he is making appearances.
Who do you think inducts Heyman? Do you think it's a Dreamer? Or do you think? I know he's real close with CM Punk. Won't be Brock Lesnar. Brock will.
No, anyway, I see. They'll go back to ECW. I bet it'll be Dreamer. That's my guess.
They don't get in a big hurry to announce the inductees now, especially since they went to that being being part of SmackDown. After the SmackDown show, they don't. I mean, we're not 30 days away, something like that. I got a couple things here. I got a bracket, but then I got one thing I wanted to do and see if you guys can guess. I actually think, Marcus, I give you the number one.
Yeah, but I forgot.
Okay. It's the Sportster list of the top 10 punchers of all time in pro wrestling. Chris, who you think would be number one? And you guys can guess out there. Who do you think they consider the best punchers?
I think I gave names last week, or we talked, and my names didn't even hit the list.
No, there was a couple of them, yeah.
See, I forgot who he told me number one was.
Regal did not make the list.
As I said, Barry Windham. I said Bob Orton, and they didn't
Yep.
make the list.
Yeah, neither one of them was on that. Randy Orton's not even on the list. I'll give you guys.
Stone Cold on the list.
I'll just get ready to give you that. I was going to give you number 10. Number 10 is Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Is this all time or just WWE?
It said all time, but all these guys have been in WWE. But like one of them didn't. I mean, he was okay in WWE, but he wasn't huge in WWE. He was more huge in NWA.
Ronnie Garvin?
No, he didn't make the list.
No. Hands of Stone didn't make the list.
Lesnar on the list.
Brock Lesnar is number 7.
So his hands are the size of a fucking brick.
I'm gonna give you the first 5 guys. Number 10, Steve Austin. Number 9, Bret Hart, which that kind of surprised me.
Billy, it's the top 10 best punchers. Is what he said.
Yep, best punches. Best punchers, yeah. Number 10 was Austin. Number 9 was Bret Hart. Number 8 was Undertaker. Number 7 was Lesnar. Number 6 was Scott Hall. I never thought Bret Hart was a great puncher. Did you guys?
Definition of punching must be a different term than I'm thinking.
Yeah, Warren, that was one that I immediately thought of, and it didn't make the list, and that's Dusty Rhodes.
See, and you could say Andre, but Andre didn't really punch. He'd be more like a tomahawk type of smack. Is he on there, Andre?
Nope.
Yeah, our definitions of punching must be different.
But Dusty didn't make it, but at number 5, his son did. Go Dust.
See, that makes no freaking sense.
Well, Dustin was a pretty good puncher, but I don't know how he goes in over Dusty.
No, that's what I'm saying. That makes no sense. And how he's higher than Stone Cold if you're going to rank him like that.
Yep. Number 4, Terry Funk.
Yeah, I can see that.
I'm gonna give you number 3, and then see if anybody. Number 3 was Vader, so I've got Big Van Vader, which I think is a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I got 2 and 1 left. I don't think anybody's going to guess this. The number 1 deserves to be on there. Whether he deserves to be on number 1 or not, I don't know, but he deserves to be on there. I'm going to give you guys number 2. Number 2 was Sheamus. Warren Misery, Bart Gunn.
Yeah, Mark Good. Why not? He was almost the winner of the bronze
Backlund,
medal.
nope. Now, I thought Bruno would have been a decent guess, but Bruno didn't make the top 10 either. Backlund wasn't on there. Shamrock didn't make it either. Should I just give it away? I don't think anybody's going to guess it. The number 1 puncher was Jerry the King Lawler.
Oh yeah, you told me that.
Which I think he deserves to be on. I don't know if he should be number 1, but he definitely.
Well,
I mean, that's what he was known for.
they definitely didn't use his WWE career for that. Then
No, that was they used his Mid-South.
I don't like know who comes up with that crap.
This was Sportster magazine. Next up is Bleacher Report bracket WWE 16 strongest wrestlers in history. Now it said WWE, but a couple of these names on there. I'm not saying they weren't in WWE, but I remember them more from NWA.
So now we're talking strong as like pure brute strength, right?
Yes.
Like
yeah, well,
First CD and
yes, that's a good name.
Okay. So we're on the same page with that.
Yep. And there's some. I mean, there's a couple on there that I don't know deserve to be on here, but we'll see. Even though they're very strong. Okay. Number 1 was, I don't remember this guy ever being in WWE. He may have been Bill Kazmaier. Number 1.
He was in there.
Was he in there? I remember
it was very short-lived, but he was.
I remembered NWA.
Yeah.
But he's the number 1. He was a big dude, power guy.
He was like an Outback Jack. He was here today, gone tomorrow. He didn't have much of a.
And he's going against number 16, Hulk Hogan.
Kazmaier, if you're going brute strength, Kazmaier was a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
If I remember right. Hogan was not, really.
Yeah. Kazmaier was the world's in that toughest man competitions. He won that like 3 or 4 years in a row. And you know, it's unbelievable. Billy Buzz brings that up. Ken Patera did not make this list.
And he was an Olympic strongman. All right. We're going to have Chris go yell at whoever made that list because he's already been yelled at this week for making statements. I heard.
Who yelled at you?
I heard about Saturday.
So what do you guys think about? I think you got to go with Kazmaier over Hogan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started laughing when he came up to me. He said, "Are you the one said if I wanted you were leaving?" I said, "Yep."
You should have asked surprised and go, "You mean to tell me you were?"
Here's a pretty good matchup, guys. Number 2 versus 15. 2, Mark Henry against number 15, Scott Steiner.
Oh, Steiner. I'll go Steiner.
I think Henry.
If you want to go natural power, you go Henry. You want to go genetic freak.
Well, I don't think it was all genetics. Henry held world records. I think I gotta go with Henry.
Let's see. Kelly says Steiner. Warren says Henry.
Right now we're 3-2 Henry. Somebody else has got something.
I'm writing down names to see if they make the list.
Okay.
People I remember.
Well, right now I think it's going to be Henry and Beverly, guys. Okay, next up. Number 3, Aku versus number 14, Lex Luger.
Okay.
What do you think, Chris?
Oh man, I think I'm gonna go Luger.
I think I'm going Aku. We've got 3 Lugers, 3 Akus. Come on, I need another vote, guys. We're 3-3.
Who's Kelly vote for?
Luger.
Yeah, I knew she would because she liked Luger.
Billy said Luger. Warren said Haku.
I said Aku.
And I said Luger. And Marcus went Haku.
Need another vote, guys. If I don't get another vote, I'll just go with who the highest seed was. And that was Aku. He was a number 3. Oh, we got one. It's going to be Luger, guys.
Billy voted again.
Oh, did he vote again? Hey, you can't cheat.
Come on, Billy.
Oh, well, hey, if you're not,
No,
you're not cheating, you're not
I didn't
competing.
know he voted twice. Can't do that. Who would you? Oh, that's a good question. Who would you want on your side in a bar fight? Aku.
Aku.
Aku backed their face off and did a few times. Well, it looks like we're going with Aku because he was the higher seed. Can't vote twice.
I think that's a bunch of bull. You can't vote twice, but you can just pick Haku who you pick.
Well, give me another vote.
Well,
okay, I'm going to vote twice. I'm voting Aku.
All right,
I'm going to vote twice, and then it's going to still be a tie.
Well, since Billy Buzz voted twice, he's DQ'd. So what was his original? So you take that one out, he gets no vote. So
okay. Next up, we got number 4, Ted Arcidi versus number 13, Triple H.
Ted.
Yep.
Ted was a powerhouse.
Oh
man, was he huge.
You probably don't remember Arcidi.
Oh, look him up. He was huge.
Yeah, I was gonna go with Triple H. See, he said you just asked for another vote. You didn't say I'd be somebody new.
He's reading between the lines there.
Warren says Ted. Hey, what's up, Glenn? Kelly says Triple H.
I don't think Kelly knew who Ted Arcidi was.
I think we will get Triple H, guys, because you got Triple H, and there's.
I think we're tied now.
Are we?
Yeah, because
Ted. So it's 3 Ted. We're tied again. Okay, Glenn. We're doing a bracket. Strongest wrestlers in WWE history.
Good with Triple H.
Okay.
Yeah, he probably didn't know who Ted was either.
He probably don't know who Ted or CD is. Okay, Triple H. Next up, we'll go 8 and 9. 8 Big Show, 9 Kane.
Oh man.
I would say Big Show's got to be stronger overall. What do you think?
Yeah, I'll go Big Show.
Yeah. Man, it's a tough one. But I think I'll go Big Show too. He's just so freaking big. I mean, not that Kane's a small guy, but
Yeah, it's going to be Show, guys. Next up, number 5 versus number 12. Paul Orndorff at 5. Number 12, British Bulldog, Davey Smith.
Orndorff.
I don't know, man. I think it's pretty close. What do you think? David Boy or Orndorff?
I think I'm gonna go Bulldog.
I think I'm going Bulldog too. I think he was stronger.
Well, we're two.
Looks like we're tied again then. 3-3. Glenn?
Come on, Glenn.
Wait, Glenn says Davey. What? Wait a minute. Marcus said Paul, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
You said Paul.
No, I said David Boy.
You said Davey. Well, it's
Davey.
Davey in the, yeah. Yeah, Davey 1-1.
Number 6, Tony Atlas versus number 11, Goldberg.
Tony Atlas made the list. That's one of the people I had here to see if he did.
I'm going Atlas.
I'm going with Atlas too.
Yeah, I'm going Atlas as well.
It's going to be Atlas, guys.
Warren says Atlas. Kelly says Goldberg. Billy says Atlas.
Number 7 versus 10. Number 7, John Cena versus number 10, Brock Lesnar.
Oh, shit.
Who was it?
Cena versus Lesnar. Strongest.
Strongest? And Cena's ranked higher than Lesnar?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going Lesnar.
Yeah, I hate to. But I'm going to have to go Lesnar as well.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Brock.
Everybody said Brock.
How does Ken Patera not make this top 16?
Well, wait till you hear my list here in a minute. See some of these if you even remember them. I'm sure you do, but you said
All right,
Ted
let's
Arcidio
go-
already, right?
Yep.
Take
Number
that.
1 versus number 8. Number 1, Bill Kazmaier versus number 8, The Big Show.
I'm still going Bill.
I think Kazmaier also. Yeah, Dino Bravo didn't make the list.
Well, you want to hear who didn't? Do you have everybody named already?
Yeah.
Ken Patera, Buzz
That's
Sawyer. He held that car back before Ken Patera held the car back.
Yep.
Iron Sheik, come on now.
Yep.
Ivan Petsky,
Yeah.
Polish Power, and then Andre. Everybody said Andre was strong.
Yeah.
And that's just the ones off the top of my head.
Okay, that's true. We got Show and Kazmaier. Right now, we've got 2 Shows and 2 Kazmaiers. Chris, what are you thinking? I know you know it's hard for you because you don't know Kazmaier.
Have him Google Kazmaier and look at him. Then you decide. They'll probably show him a picture of what he looks like today and
Yeah, 95 years old.
looks like Lex Luger today. Who the hell's this?
Warren says Kazmaier.
Warren, yep, 2 Kazmaier. Yeah, Warren mentioned The Rock, Morocco.
Yes.
He was a big dude. Hercules.
Oh, what did you say his first name was?
Bill Kazmaier.
No, he's still pretty ripped. He's just older, but he's still pretty muscled.
You hated big dude.
Right now we have a big show, 2 big shows, 3 Kazmairs, and then Christopher.
I'll go Kazmaier.
Okay, it's gonna be Kazmaier.
Yeah, he still looks pretty decent.
Okay, next up, number 5, British Bulldog versus number 13, Triple H.
Yeah, I'll go Bulldog.
I'm gonna go with Bulldog also. I would say everybody that's on this list was probably on this top 8 was on steroids, except for maybe Big Show. I don't know about Henry. What do you think? Do you think Henry did roids?
I don't know. I don't think so because I'm sure they test for that stuff in that.
Yeah. Looks like it's gonna be
Yeah,
Bulldog.
it's gonna be Bulldog.
Okay, next up we've got number 3 Aku versus number 6 Tony Atlas.
I assume we're going with primes. I'm going Tony Atlas.
I've seen Atlas built in the steel bar, Georgia Championship Wrestling, back by 1980.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Atlas.
I think I'm going Atlas too. So looks like it's gonna be Atlas, guys. Next up, Brock Lesnar versus Mark Henry.
Oh my.
I'm going with Henry.
Yeah, I am too.
Man, that's tough. Yeah, it's gonna be Henry, no matter who I pick anyway. So that's a tough one though, because
Yep.
Henry's stronger than hell, but Brock.
We got number 1 Kazmaier versus number 12 British Bulldog, and we have number 6 Atlas versus number 2 Henry.
Kazmaier and
Yeah, I gotta go with Kazmaier over Bulldog, in my opinion.
what's the other one?
I'll give it again after everybody votes on the first one.
Warren says Kazmaier. Kelly says Bulldog.
Billy Buzz Kaz. I'm going with Kaz. Marcus went Kaz. I think it'll be Kaz.
Bill Kazmaier only had one match in WWE.
Okay.
Alberta, Canada, November 10th, 1986, and he defeated some guy named David Barbie. So that's why you didn't remember, because it wasn't
we have Tony Atlas versus Mark Henry. I'm going Mark Henry, guys.
Yeah, Mark Henry. I'm a big Tony Atlas fan, though, but Mark Henry.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Henry, guys. So finals: Bill Kazmaier versus Mark Henry. This is interesting because Kazmaier was known for them strongman competitions, but Henry was too, and he won a lot. He was a world champion in lifting, and I think he did those competitions too, world strongest man competitions, and he won. I'm going with Henry.
Yeah, I'm going with Henry, too, because I think the endurance. I think Henry had more endurance.
What do you think, Chris?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Henry.
Yep, I agree. So the number 2 they had down as number 2 won it all. I guess that was close because they had Kazmaier 1 and Henry 2. Now some of the other, but I don't. Yeah, I know it was maybe because maybe they thought Ken Patera was outdated because he was more from the 70s and early 80s.
He's still the Intercontinental Champion, though, for a while. So
He was a strong dude.
Well, Tony Atlas was outdated too. You want to really get to it. His was in the 80s. Once he became Samba Simba, nobody remember that. And he was kind of like a jobber. So
No, am I thinking right? Was Kazmaier in NWA or was that?
no, it said WCW. And he was also in the AWA for a little bit with Brad Ranger.
That was RC. That was RCD in NWA then.
Yes.
And he was massive too. RCD was huge.
Yeah, there's a lot of big dudes on that list.
Oh yeah,
there was a lot of people that could have been on there.
But one thing I think Warren did say, who would you want in a bar fight? My number one, I think, would be Aku.
As long as he was on my side.
Yeah, on my side, definitely. Yeah.
I don't want to fight against him. No, I don't want him. But
I said that one time he took out about 7 or 8 state police.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it.
And he didn't go to jail because everybody said he was trying to break up things. And when he was trying to break up things, the police came and attacked him. So then they didn't take him to jail. Even after he beat the hell out of them. Because all them people said he was trying to help and you guys jumped him. Yeah, there's another strong guy, Scott Norton.
Mm-hmm.
Barbarian. Warlord. Who was stronger, you think, Hawk or Animal?
They always said Hawk was. That's been if you listen to a lot of the old commentary, they always said Hawk. They thought Hawk was always the strongest of the two.
Barbarian and Warlord are both still huge.
Still big. Still real big. Yeah, we just seen them.
Yeah, a few months ago.
Yep. Well, guys, that's all we have for tonight.
All right. Don't forget to join us here in a few minutes. I don't know. Probably. What time is it? 7:35. We'll say 8 o'clock. We'll be airing the WCW from Lebanon from Saturday night over the weekend. It was an awesome show. Has some good matches on there. It'll be on our YouTube page here right around 8 o'clock.
Definitely check that out. It's a really good show.
Make sure you check that out on YouTube and Twitch at Gonzo'S Sports Room. Please hit that subscribe button on YouTube at Gonzo'S Sports Room. Like and follow Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, all at Gonzo'S Sports Room. And we'll see you guys next Monday with another episode of Gonzo'S Wrestling Room.
That'd be absolutely devastating.
This is G.W.R show. They've been trying to get me on this broadcast forever, and this is the worst damn broadcast I've ever been on. So you all can kiss my ass while I win this